The Constitution guarantees everyone a right to a name and a nationality. Now, generally, when a child is in the first 30 days, their parents will approach the Department of Home Affairs and apply for a birth certificate. That birth certificate is documentary proof that a child is who they say they are, and it links them to their country of origin. In South Africa, it's often also a gateway to many of the other rights that are guaranteed in the Constitution. A child with a birth certificate can easily access, for example, healthcare services. They can easily access schooling, early childhood development centers, and later in life, it gives them access to an ID document, which opens many other doors to work, writing matric, opportunities, for example, to be able to vote, to be able to access banking services, get a cell phone contract, all the things that we as South Africans do with our ID document. One of the difficulties in South Africa is that when children's births aren't registered within the first 30 days, they fall within the category of birth registrations, which we call late birth registration applications. Now, there are many reasons why parents, caregivers, or guardians are unable to register a child's birth within the first 30 days. Often because of cultural practices, children don't leave the home within the first 30 days after they are born. There's often financial constraints that make it very difficult for parents to be able to access the Department of Home Affairs within the first 30 days. And there may be many other reasons, like a lack of documents themselves. So if a young mother, for example, doesn't have her ID document herself, it makes it very difficult to register the birth of the child. In South Africa, there is an enormous backlog of late birth registration applications that haven't been decided by the Department of Home Affairs. Just to give some context to it, in 2023, the then Minister of Home Affairs reported to Parliament that between 2018 and 2022, a backlog of about 258,000 late birth registration applications had accumulated. While it's very difficult to determine what the backlog is at the moment, it is very true that there are a large number of South African children and older people who are caught within this backlog and who've applied to the Department of Home Affairs, but whose applications haven't been decided yet. These late birth registration applications and the failure by the Department of Home Affairs to make decisions on these applications have real human consequences. Many of these children caught in this backlog are unable to access social grants. They're unable to access basic healthcare services. They cannot write matric. They may have been excluded from school. It's impossible for them to find work after school. And it has a lifelong impact on their ability to partake actively in South Africa's social, cultural, and political life. Effectively, a child without a birth certificate is locked out of their future. They can't access schooling, they can't go to university, can't apply for jobs. It kills every dream they may ever have. At the Adult Shield, we believe that every child has a right to be seen. We are fighting to make it possible for children to access birth certificates, for late birth registration applications to be decided timeously, and for the Department of Home Affairs to finally deal with this backlog that has accumulated for far too long.